3, 2.
It's that time for our weekly Game News Live podcast. Be a part of the show by joining us at nerdjunkies.com/Twitch. Live Saturdays at 12 noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. With your host, console fanboy.
Oh, I am always ready.
Our resident OG.
In 3, 2, I gotta go to
And on the
bed.
screen, switchboard, Joe.
I got a potty.
I gotta pee pee.
This is
What's up, everyone in the chat?
I like how you led off with the Chris Redfield through the ages.
Because this is a mess right here. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't even know what the Biohazard, the middle one that's black and white. Why does it look so
It's a
futuristic?
comic.
Oh, Heavenly Island. Yeah, I didn't know what that was either. So yeah, if it's a comic, that makes sense. Hey everybody, welcome to Nerd Junkies Game News Live.
Welcome.
Hey, buddy.
We're going to be talking about Resident Evil here in a minute, but yeah, look at this. Look at this. Oh, Biohazard the stage. Is that like a play in Japan
Yes,
or
it
something
is.
like that?
It's a play. They have had a few Resident Evil plays in Japan, and I guess he's one of the actors.
Okay.
For Chris.
Okay.
Which I can actually see it.
I'm pretty
Chris
sure.
Redfield, not a real person, right?
Yeah.
So, like, if you have an actor playing him, that's fine. Just like those garbage movies, you have an actor who plays him. Hopefully, you get somebody who looks similar to the character, but whatever. That's okay. Cosplayer Redfield at the bottom right. I still don't know what the hell was going on. With that. Like, I don't get it.
So
I don't get it.
Biohazard, the stage, has an actor, and I think it just has to do with like the region. That you're gonna have a hard time finding anyone that looks like Chris Redfield that old looking in the face, especially if like because
Well, so look at like he was 25 in RE1,
Mhm.
and then is Code Veronica on here?
Yeah, it's at the top.
Oh, it's
You are
number 2.
blind, Claire.
I'm
What the
like-
hell?
Okay, yeah. So he was 25 in those games, and then RE. So when 5 came around, when he was like, a WWE superstar, he was 35. So I mean, you could easily get an actor around those times, right?
I guess it's just hard for I mean it's hard for anyone on that region to look that old or at least be past it because even the guy from the stage looks like he's like 25.
Yeah.
To me.
I mean, if he's supposed to be 37, then I mean, he could just be those, Japanese genes where they just look young forever until they hit like 60, and then they're just, Fu Manchu status, right?
So before anybody posts in the chat, that's racist. No, it's not.
Look, I was saying, so this guy, A.A. Ron, good buddy of mine, Japanese descent. Yeah, the guy is in his 50s. He still looks younger than me. So it's like, screw you. Okay.
They have the secrets to life itself. Come on, we all know this.
It's kind of weird.
They know how to age backwards.
That's clearly what it is. Just Benjamin Button all over the place. See, RE6, I'm telling you, RE6, that looks just like him from Village now. He has that little short, Caesar cut, bowl cut looking thing there. And it's like, that looks like him. And it was like, cool. They brought back RE6 Chris. And then it was like, but why is
Moving
Capcom,
on.
I want an explanation, okay? And they keep swapping out the voice actor. Apparently, this is like the 5th voice actor who's played Chris over the past few games. It's like for Village. Apparently, the voice actor who plays Chris in Village is the same voice actor who played Carlos in RE3 Remake. And it was like, not that Carlos did a bad job by any means. It was just like, but why don't you just use the same guy? Voice actors, you just
Because things, Clay.
lock them into a contract, guys.
I mean, there's a lot of voice actors who would probably like to have a job. Just saying.
It's like, I don't get it. I think what Chris Redfield, he was the same actor who played like Ezio from Ass Creed. And so it's like, he's just like a professional voice actor. That's what he does. And it's like, hey, bro, can you record some, grunts and shit for RE8?
Yeah, right.
Umbrella, bioweapons,
Yeah.
Jill,
Well,
Wesker.
get on with it. New releases. We ready for some Speaking of Resident Evil, Village
Speaking
is out.
of Resident Evil.
It's like we're not going to get away. Welcome to
right,
Resident
Clay.
Evil Live.
That's enough about Resident Evil for this day. Okay, new releases. What's coming out? All right.
So Resident Evil is coming out this week.
Resident Evil Village comes out on Friday.
Yeah, a lot of people are anticipating purchasing the game. Clay, are you going to buy? Or are you going to game fly it?
I am game flying, and I'm going to have Cinderkin go through it.
Right.
So it is not too spoopy for me, and I don't die.
Dude, you got to get over it. It was pretty
No.
good. It was pretty... You did just fine in the demo.
Yeah, if you can handle the demo, I bet you can handle the game itself.
Yeah.
I handled the demo because I watched it beforehand. I learned what to do.
What about the Village demo? You didn't watch anybody beforehand, did you?
No, I didn't. And that was really spoopy for me.
All right. Well, Resident Evil out this Friday. Check it out.
Yeah, Resident Evil, I really hope that this game is a slam dunk for Capcom, because RE7, even though it changed the story and we have Cos Redfield and everything like that, RE7 was a great game, and it had tons of bonus features and extra like DLC packs and like bonus games that you can play for like 10 plus hours after even you're done with the campaign.
Right.
Like that was a really good game. And then like RE2 Remake came out and it was good. RE2 Remake was a solid game. They changed some things, which was good. And then RE3 Remake came out and it was like, like they removed a lot of stuff and they didn't really add any value to it. So that was kind of weird. But there's a lot of pressure on Capcom right now to make this like a slam dunk. And I really hope it is, because like we know they can make good games.
Right.
So like this is going to be like Resident Evil Village. They've already announced Village. Reverse, which we're going to talk about that here when the game news starts. And then you've got that Mercenaries mode. And who knows whatever else they're going to plug into this game. So for anybody out there who's thinking about buying it, if you're a Resident Evil fan, for $60, you're already going to get a lot of game out of this. So like this is a solid purchase for anybody who likes Resident Evil games. Now, Mel, I know you're a horror game fan anyway. Is this a buy for you?
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
I'm definitely going to be getting it soon.
Or yeah, like I was going to ask, have you already bought it and or preloaded or anything like that?
The demo, yes. The game itself, no. I need to wait a couple weeks for that. But I'm going to avoid any videos or streams like the plague if it has Resident Evil Village.
Yeah,
that's wise. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, like the Resident Evil games usually have a really good story.
So we won't see you until next week. Got it.
Like stream starts and Joe and I are like, that thing at the end?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my god. You were Lady Dimitrescu the whole time? Like
everyone's banned.
Yeah. What? Ethan is Lady Dimitrescu? What? Holy, I didn't see that coming. That was crazy.
Yeah. Han shot first?
Han shot first. Yeah. What a twist.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Hood Outlaws and Legends is coming out as well. So
Hold on a second. Mel called me out on this one. We're pushing this one to next week. Metacritic gave me the wrong release date on this.
Oh.
So this one's coming out next week. We're going to talk about that one. You need to refresh your page.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for
refreshing this, Joe.
Thanks for letting me know. Then.
Yeah. Well, I thought maybe you were going to. Okay.
Either way.
Updated.
Yeah. It's coming out next week.
It comes out like in like 10 days.
Security. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. This one looks a lot like characters from whatchamacallit. That one
like what?
spoofy game.
Put it together.
Security Breach Fury Rage. This one looks like a brawler bash 'em up, but with characters from Five Nights at Freddy's.
That's exactly what this is.
Is that what it is?
That is exactly what this is. So a little bit of news came out the other day. This is like 2 days ago. Scott Cawthon, who's like the Five Nights at Freddy's guy. He created the series. He does everything. He the new game that was about to come out just got delayed till like later this year. And so he was like, sorry about that. We're still working on it. It's not done yet. But in the meantime, you can have this. And this is on if you're looking at the chat, this is on GameJolt.com. This is a free download. I grabbed it the other day just to see what it was like. I haven't even played it yet. I saw some footage of it online. It's like 300 megs. It is a tiny game. And it's just a little beat 'em up starring characters from the Five Nights at Freddy's series. And which I love beat 'em ups, like 90s era beat 'em ups and brawlers. That's my favorite game genre there is. It's like, I love those games. The footage I've seen, like I said, I haven't played this myself yet, but the footage I've seen, yeah, this is like, if you just YouTube this, I wouldn't even say it's a really big detailed beat 'em up because it's only 300 megs. This kind of looks like you're playing like a Newgrounds game. Like, it's very low budget, but I get it. I like that they made it.
And it's free.
It's a game and it's free, and beat 'em ups are awesome. So I'm sure it's fun. I've played amazing beat 'em ups, and I've played, really like Newgrounds-ish, like Flash beat 'em ups. It's this one kind of seems like on the lower end, but you know what? It might be a lot of fun. It's free.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But like Matt said, Scott does nothing by accident. He always plans stuff. There's always some kind of secret for those.
That is a very valid point. If you play any of the Five Nights at Freddy's games, they are loaded with hidden stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this, and like, if he did have to delay the game, that makes sense, right? Game delays happen. But this being like, here you go, just have this little free brawler game. Yeah, there's probably all sorts of crap in here.
Right.
That or that, the game theory website is going to go in, like their heads are going to explode on this game, because they're like the leading conspiracy theorists for Five Nights at Freddy's. So like, the game theory.
That's kind of weird that they have like a cult following, and at the same time, it's almost like a cult. You know what I mean? It's like,
it kind of
this is a game, guys. Relax.
Yeah, it's okay. It's just a game, and they're like, but what does it mean? It's like, this is like Kojima levels of like, like tinfoil hats, right?
Well,
Kojima's like, I'm working on a new game. It'll be out in the next 3 years or so. And they're like, Metal Gear, I knew it. And he was like, that's Konami. I don't have the license anymore. He confirmed it's Metal Gear, guys.
Right.
And it's like, I'm seriously not working on Metal Gear. I'm legally not allowed to work on Metal Gear. He said it again. Metal Gear's coming.
Can you please check out my other works that are over here?
Yeah.
No,
I made Death Stranding, and Death Stranding was a whole new IP, and we're probably going to build on that. It's like there's a human being in Death Stranding, just like Metal Gear. Death Stranding is Metal Gear universe confirmed. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Metal Gear Online.
Yeah, Matt's here. I'm sure Matt Pat already soiled himself. That's the game theory guy, and it's like, he's probably like opening the source code on this Fury Rage game just to be like, what secrets are here?
Yeah.
What's going on?
It's not even like my son was so much into Five Nights at Freddy's that once you start looking up like gameplay videos, it starts going into a very weird direction that YouTube starts to suggest like, what does it all mean? Where does it go?
Like I said, if you ever go to Game Theory, which is like a YouTube channel, and look at Five Nights at Freddy's, it's like
that's
hours.
his major
hours of content.
It's almost like I don't know if you remember like the whole controversy with Slenderman and how far that went.
Oh my god!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like, dude, it's a game, and it went all the way up to murder. I was like,
literal murder.
They're talking about like Slenderman legends from like the Puritan times in America in the 1700s, and it was like this dude over here created Slenderman on like Newgrounds like 10 years ago. Yeah. It's not that old, guys. It's like, there's old religious texts that talk about Slenderman. It's like, no, this guy was drunk and he came up with it.
Yeah,
that's it.
I thought it was for a contest. Like make a scary picture. I thought
the moral of the story is, does it matter?
Exactly. It's like people on the internet are bored. That's really
you got that right.
Yeah. All right.
That's what it comes down to.
It is time for rumor control.
Rumor control.
All right. Many Zelda re-releases coming to Switch. Is that right? So
okay, so
how about we recycle everything again?
Okay,
again.
Okay. This is, if you read this article, which they talk. Okay, so there's this guy. His name's Nate Drake. He has a podcast. Supposedly, in the past, he's been correct about Nintendo leaks that have previously happened, which is cool. That like helps put a little more fuel into this fire, right? Saying Nintendo is coming out with Zelda re-releases on a new console is like, yeah, like, yep, that's gonna happen.
Right,
and they're gonna sell for full price. Like Nintendo's gonna release Ocarina of Time, which is a 20-plus-year-old game, and they're gonna sell it to you for $60, and I'm probably gonna buy it. It's like, that's not really like hard hitting. Like, rumor is this leak crossed my desk from I dumpster dived a paper shredder and all that stuff, and it's like, no, it's you could literally just be like, so Twilight Princess is coming out on the Switch, so that means we might also get, or not Twilight Princess, the Skyward Sword is about to release, and it's like, yeah, so we're probably going to get Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time and probably everything else too. And it's like
Link's game.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, that's a shoo-in for Nintendo, just to like quickly port that around and then release it for full price.
Yeah,
that's easy money for Nintendo, and they do it all the time. So it's like that should be already in the works from Nintendo. I will say,
but if they didn't release it, they'd cry about it.
Yeah, people would just demand it, and they'd be like, "Re-release Ocarina of Time again. We want Ocarina of Time." And it's like, which I would love to play Ocarina of Time. I mean, I have like 1,000 copies of that game already, but it's like, I would buy it again on the Switch. I love that game. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Another one on here. So this article talks about Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, which is also awesome, like great game, and then you've got Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. Wind Waker is one of my favorite Zelda games there is. It's like top 3. So if it's the Wind Waker HD version that came out on the Wii U, which they would have to re-configure because you're not using that second screen like Wii U tablet anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
But if it was the HD version, that would be amazing. I don't know how they would do that because, like I said, they would have to like reprogram the game to not use a gamepad anymore. Same with Twilight Princess. That was also a Wii U game. I hope it's not just
that'd be kind of hard.
Twilight Princess was on the Wii originally.
Twilight Princess was on the Wii originally, but when they made Twilight Princess HD for the Wii U, they changed a lot in the game. Like they upgraded a lot, and then they also like your Wii U gamepad was like part of the game too. It had like your inventory management, map systems, everything like that. They did the same thing with Wind Waker, and it was awesome. Wind Waker HD is just an amazing game. I would love to play that again. I would buy it again, just so I don't have to break out my Wii U, which I really don't ever want to do again. That console was really that console makes me sad. It's like looking at my PlayStation 3. It's like, why do you exist? Like it's just one of those things.
Because it prints money, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you. But yeah, would I buy Ocarina of Time again? Yeah, because I'm a chump. Absolutely, I would. I would buy it on day one. I would pre-order it. I would buy it with a special collector's edition, which I already have on the N64. It's like, yeah, and then I would put it next to my N64 carts and my 3DS Ocarina of Time 3D, and then I say, bam, here's my Switch copy. It's like, because I'm a chump. Yep.
And then you can tell the grandkids and all the other stuff, like, hey, back in my day, you know what the difference is between this and all these other ones? It's like this pixel.
Ocarina of Time 3D was in 3D, bro.
Yeah, bro. All right,
Grandpa, time to put you to sleep again.
Yeah. This is so also this rumor here talks about in this he says there are remakes coming to the Nintendo Switch. I don't see that happening. These are not going to be remakes at all. No, these are not going to be remakes. These are going to be ports. Like, I can see them porting all of these. Remaking, no, they're not going to rebuild Ocarina of Time with, upgraded everything. It's like, that's not going to happen. They'll
Why
just
do you
take
think
like
that's a no?
Because
I mean, a lot of companies right now are doing remakes that are just like way bigger than what they should be.
Yeah, No, I can see that. I don't see it happening. Like Nintendo rarely puts effort into stuff like that. Like when they did that Link's Awakening on the Switch, I was shocked. I was like, oh wow. Oh, because one, that's not that big of a game. It's really small and it's an exact like copy aside from this little dungeon builder mini game. But it was like, that's not too big of a game. They could knock that out in like a year and a half, something like that. Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, Wind Waker, if they were to remake those, that would be years of effort, and Nintendo doesn't do that unless it's called Breath of the Wild 2. Because they know that's going to just print money for them.
Yeah.
People still buy Breath of the Wild, man. It's like, it is still a good seller.
Yeah, I just think that would like revitalize all their fan base into wanting more remakes, and it's just an easy, hey, let's get an internal studio to do it, and then it's just print more money.
They could.
There you go.
They could. If they rebuilt or remade Ocarina of Time, I would be thrilled because that's one of my favorite games ever. But I just don't see it happening.
I just think of it like this: like the generation that grew up with the Ocarina of Times, the N64 games, all this other stuff is slowly starting to like be old. We're old now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the new fan base that are out there that are like, what's that one original IP that they had with the ink and the squids and whatnot? Like that is
Splatoon.
Yeah, Splatoon. It's like that is really the only thing that I can remember, except for Smash, that is really grabbing the new era. Mm-hmm. Everything else, like Kirby, nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Kirby's only that guy who's in Smash Brothers now.
Right.
Right?
Like Luigi's Mansion has a cult following. There's a lot of people that enjoy that game, but still, it's like
they
it's
also
not
have the
grabbing.
Yoshi games as well.
Yeah,
like Yoshi, or what was it, like Kirby Yarn?
Yeah.
Where did that go? So you're not really grabbing anything new.
Kirby's Epic Yarn.
Yeah. But but if you were to remake classics like this, it almost bridges the gap between, like, let's just say parents and kids, and be like, yeah, and this is about to happen in the original game, but let's see how it is. Like, you're literally forcing two generations to come together and be like, okay, I experienced this completely different, but this looks like awesome. It was almost like I played Metal Gear Solid, the original, on PS1, right? And then I saw, yes, everybody has their own opinions about Twin Snakes, and for me, it was just like those cutscenes were amazing. And it was better than what I imagined in my mind while I was playing original Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
But it's just like, if you can see that for Zelda, I don't see why not.
Like, just kind of refresh it a little bit.
Yeah. Like it's still the same game, but whatever cutscenes or whatever that you imagined, or they weighed heavy on you imagining it, give it a little visual like makeover, and it's still the same game. You just get awesomeness.
Like I said, I would love that because I love Ocarina of Time. I love Majora's Mask. Like, all four of these games that were listed, I think they're all awesome Zelda games.
Right.
Like top 10 of Zelda games. I would love to play these again in like a new breath of life to them, like upgraded graphics, maybe, more characters you can interact with, like more side questing you can do, things like that. I think it'd be awesome.
Right.
But Matt puts it here in the chat. He goes, like, Nintendo puts a minimum amount of effort to cash out maximum profit from their old IPs. That's exactly what it is.
Dude,
like,
and I totally get that, but the stage is changing right now to where, you can put out the same content that you had before. Unfortunately for this generation, we are far more outspoken, and if you're ruining it for us on our memories for that kind of stuff, it's gonna go real bad for you. But if it's like a spiritual successor, it's just like, oh, okay. Like, okay, here's a perfect example. When we saw Star Wars for the first time, we saw Darth Vader going up against Obi, right? And we didn't know that there was something like awesome. We just know that there was a lightsaber duel, and it was okay. Like, it progressed the story. But then the fan video that came out of Obi-Wan and Darth Vader going at it, I was just like,
that was an awesome video.
This is what I wanted. I didn't even know I wanted this, and that's it. So if they can do something like that, but it's still the same game, then you're just going to win more people from this generation to want to see the same recycled stuff that you've been throwing out with new visuals or new action scenes. I would think that'd be okay, fine. Change your formula up a little bit. Don't just re-release the same crap. Keep on going and refreshing it. But
like I said,
it is what it is.
If they took the story of Ocarina of Time, all the same, dungeons, or whatever, if they took the story, Link, Zelda, the Ocarina, he has to go get 3 spiritual stones. He has to go, unseal all the sages and all that stuff. If they did that and then put it into the engine that runs Breath of the Wild with that kind of open world mechanic, which Ocarina of Time had an open world mechanic. It was just small, right? Like the world itself was small. So it's but if they even took maybe not as huge as Breath of the Wild was, so that map was enormous, but you gave it a smaller map, but you gave it the story of Ocarina of Time without all that weapon degradation crap, which ruined the game. It would be awesome. That would be amazing. That's a whole lot of effort that I don't see Nintendo doing.
You're starting to make Nintendo sound like they're lazy as hell.
I mean, look, any video game fanatic like myself has an obvious love-hate with Nintendo. We love them because I love Nintendo because I grew up with them. I was a child of the 80s, right? I had Super Mario everything, right? Super Mario cereal, bro, all day.
Holy crap. Yeah.
But I also see the bajillion mistakes they make all the time. And it sucks. Because it's you want them to be amazing. And they're making a ton of money with the Switch. So it's good for them, but it's they could be doing better. And I'm not talking about 4K, 120 hertz, anything like that. I'm just talking why are they putting money into these garbage mobile games?
Who knows, man?
Throw that away. These, because throw those away. But
the only thing I can think of is because you don't have any data on mobile games and your IPs, you might as well throw out whatever is out there and see what catches on. It's like Call of Duty on mobile. It's nobody or PUBG on mobile. Nobody really thought that those games were going to be great on mobile because we all have that bad taste on mobile, but they're doing really good.
Oh no, they make a lot of money.
And if they hadn't have tossed those out there, it's they wouldn't have known what they can make. So throw some R&D in there and you're all good.
Yeah, but Nintendo I don't know. I think they just make bad decisions every now and then.
It's
just one of those things where it's come on.
Yeah.
You guys are better than this.
I just wish Nintendo would stop weighing so heavily on nostalgia and just re-releasing the same stuff on new systems and do more of 50-50 and just yes, it's the same characters. We're not going to change them up or pardon me for saying this. We're not going to genderize our characters into something else just because of the times or anything. Keep them the same, but add some fresh paint to it. Don't just keep on recycling the same stuff. I understand it's going to sell, but you're losing a generation already.
So after the Mario 3D All Stars collection came out, actually, it was even before when it released. It was when they first showed off the trailer for it. They were like, hey, the Mario 35 celebration's going on, and here's something that we're releasing. There was then a bunch of videos that came out of people who have kind of remade Mario 64 using Unreal, where it's it's the same visuals, but it's just really clean.
Yeah.
All the character models look better, the frame rates are better. It's it was cool. And it's Nintendo could have easily done this. Keep the game the same, but just retighten everything. Right. And it was but why would they need to do that when they could just release the same thing and people will pay for it I did?
I honestly believe their last good. I mean, I haven't played a lot of Nintendo, so I will put that asterisk in there. But Galaxy Marios were amazing.
Oh, Galaxy 1 is one of my favorite Marios there is.
Yeah.
Mario Galaxy was awesome. 2 was great too. I'm not complaining about 2. I just thought 1 was better. But those are awesome games. Yeah, for the Wii. And those are, Mario Galaxy 1 is now in that 3D collection. So if you have a Switch, you can play Mario Galaxy again, which is an awesome game.
If you can find it.
It's, from what I understand, like from what I'm seeing online, there are still copies available of Mario 3D All-Stars. It's because like the last shipments went out, so all the stores have them. It's just once those are gone, then you're in trouble.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to game news. Speaking of Resident Evil, yet again.
More Resident Evil all day.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. This is the Resident Evil podcast, everyone.
Yeah.
This is it.
So here we go with another drop for a demo. I believe this on May 1st, 8 p.m.
8 p.m. 8 p.m. tonight Eastern time, 5 p.m. Pacific.
All right, how many runs do you think you're going to be able to do on this?
Last time it was what, like 4?
4 runs. And then you kind of like started on with a little one, and then it just cut you out at 40 seconds.
Yeah, it was like, hey, you're out of time. Go kick rocks. So if you all have been following the past 2 weeks, for us PlayStation people, we've had the Village demo and then the Castle demo, and then now and the Maiden demo, which we showed that off 2 weeks ago. But also tonight, it opens up for everyone. So tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, both demos, you get Village and Castle. You get 1 hour to play both.
Wait.
This is another timed demo. Remember last time it was like you have 30 minutes and then it cuts you out? Same thing. But now this is open to everyone. Xbox players, PC players, and Stadia players as well. So if you are not on a PS4 or PS5, this is your first chance to play these demos. You get 1 hour to play both. Once you hit start, the timer starts.
Let's
1 hour.
Yeah, it's going to. I'm going to be basically doing that tonight, streaming that.
Yes. But yeah, so you get 1 hour to play both. Preload them. You can go on and download them now. But if you launch it, it's just like a timer. It's just like a countdown. Like 5 hours, 4 hours, whatever. You don't have to play them tonight. In the past, they were only available for 8 hours, and then that 30 minutes is gone. You now have 1 week to play them. You have 1 week to put your 1 hour into these games.
So they're not split off, though, right? Like that 1 hour is for both.
Honestly, they haven't said how it's going to go. Like on the PlayStation, because they were separate weeks, when you launched the demo game, it was like, play the Village demo, go. And then the next week, you launch the same thing, and it says, play the Castle demo. So it's like, I don't know because this is the first time they've done both together, I don't know how it's going to look. Like maybe you launch it, and it just says like, maybe it's 2 options, like play Village, play Castle. I don't know. But tonight, 5 p.m., like I said, you have a week. If you want to play these demos, you have 1 week. And then make sure you have 1 hour set aside, because after that hour, that's it. Once you hit start, the timer starts, and once the hour hits, if you're in the middle of a cutscene, you're gone. Game kicks you out and says and then if you're lucky, if you're one of the lucky few, after the demo ends, you can watch the trailer for the game.
Yep. It's random though.
Pretty sure the trailer plays after the demo's complete. And it lasts like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it cuts into your playtime runs, so.
Yes. And the timer still runs.
Yeah.
So it's like,
so stupid.
Yes, the timer runs through cutscenes. If you've already, like, say you want to play them multiple times, like you want to go explore, at least in Castle, I didn't try this in Village because it was like the first time I ever saw the cutscenes. At least in Castle, you can skip cutscenes. So you just like pull up start and then hit skip. But if you want to watch the cutscene, this is cool. Like, that's fine. Timer's still going.
Yeah.
Like, watch out. One
of the latest games that have done mirror graphics properly.
Yeah. Yeah. Matt says, poor Yakuza just dropped like a bad habit when some new shiny RE game comes along.
Yeah.
I was going to bring up some Yakuza stuff today, and I didn't. So
he held against his better judgment. He was like,
speaking of judgment, that's why. So it's a good thing you just said that. I was going to put this under rumor control, and I was like, you know what? I'm sure they're all sick of me talking about Yakuza. But Judgment just released. As you all know, we talked about it like 2 weeks ago. It's on the Xbox and the PlayStation and Stadia now. It's not on PC yet. But The Judgment Twitter account has basically been doing a daily giveaway of $40 on Amazon. They're like, hey, retweet this and you can, get in a contest. You get $40, you can buy your copy of Judgment. And they also link to a site that has a countdown to Judgment Day, which is in like 6 days from now. And we don't know what this is, but they occasionally post these little 5-second video clips. And these 5-second video clips are not something that we've seen in the regular Judgment game. So basically the internet is going like, Judgment 2? Sequel? Huh? Right?
Could be.
So that's part 2 of Rumor Control right there. I'm pumped. Judgment was a great game, and I would love to get a sequel from that. So I am ready. And so by next week's Game News Live, you might have me going, Judgment 2 got announced! Yeah! And then, Yakuza! Right.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
We'll have our Yakuza minute.
Moving on to something completely unrelated.
I wasn't going to talk about it. Matt did it, okay? I wasn't going to bring it up.
Oh.
You can blame Matt for that.
All right. Well, moving on from Resident Evil. Resident Evil.
So we've talked about this over the past few weeks. There's been occasional beta testings for Reverse, which is the deathmatch multiplayer mode that comes with Resident Evil 8. Mm-hmm. They did quite a few tests over the past few weeks, and they kind of just randomly turned on. It was like, if you follow the Resident Evil Twitter account, they're just like, oh, hey, we're doing another beta test. It lasts for the next 24 hours. And then just download the client, start playing. Apparently, okay, I didn't have any problems when I tested it. I played it on my Xbox. I didn't have any problems at all. Apparently, I don't know if other PC, PS4, PS5, I don't know what the issues are, but apparently there are some technical issues going on. So Reverse, not Village, Reverse is the game that comes with Village. Reverse is now being delayed to summer. So for all of you who were like,
man,
that is the only reason I wanted that game.
Nope.
Anyone?
Mm-mm.
Anyone?
Where is it?
Is anybody going to spend $60 on Reavers? Crickets, maybe like animated tumbleweed going across the screen. Yeah. Reverse isn't. It's not a bad game. It's not bad. It's just unnecessary, right? It's like this wasn't this didn't need to happen, right?
It's not required for your enjoyment.
Yeah, people are not buying Resident Evil 8 to play Reverse.
No.
Nope.
People are buying it because Resident Evil has it's known for single player campaign story stuff, right?
Anything,
that's why they want it.
If anything, this should be like Warzone, where it just kind of entices you to buy the full game. Be like, it's a free multiplayer beta. Come and join. It's available whenever. By the way, buy Resident Evil.
Yes, Resident Evil Village comes out on May 7th.
If you haven't seen an ad or the trailer, here it is.
Yes, but yeah, it's like I said, it wasn't bad. And if it's going to get delayed and just make it a better game, then I'm all for that.
Yeah.
So, but Resident Evil Village comes out next week. People are going to start playing it. Like I said, I hope it goes well. It's going to get good reviews, and people are going to be like, this is awesome. Capcom did it again. It's kind of like 7, where there's a billion things you can do in it. It's awesome. And then, let's say August, 3 months from now, let's say August comes around, and then Reverse launches. And they're like, boom, bitches, Reverse.
Yeah.
I wonder if people are even going to care anymore. They're going to be like,
man. If anything, I expect them.
Yeah.
I expect them to just be all like, it's canceled. Sorry.
I mean, dude, or they'll just release it for free.
Yeah.
They'll just be like, yeah, you know what? Sorry about the delay. We fixed Reverse, and now it's just open for everyone. It's now free to play with cosmetic microtransactions or something. Go nuts. Which should be that should be what they're doing anyway. I don't know of anybody who wants to buy $60 for Reverse.
No.
It's
I know quite a few people who would buy custom skins for Jill alone.
Oh, dude, the PC modding community.
Dude,
come on.
sometimes I question my people, and I'm just like, y'all need to calm down.
That's gonna be just absurd.
You don't need to
There's
overhaul.
already if you saw the mods that they already did for like Claire in RE2 remake or Jill in RE3 remake, it's like, oh, they're already way ahead.
Yeah,
the game here.
It's like they're stressing out the physics.
Same system. Character models already done. Okay.
Yeah, that physics system is going into overtime.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, like
calm down, simps.
Yeah, exactly, dude. But yeah, like RE7 or no, REverse just got delayed. Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to Team Green. Microsoft bringing PC, Xbox crossplay progression to Halo Infinite.
Okay. Cool. Halo people, I'm talking to you out there.
I'm here.
Okay. Good. Because this is not for me at all. Do you? Okay. One, I would look at this as cool, like good. Like I even though I don't play Halo, I want more games out there doing this cross-play, cross-save, cross-progression, everything. Mm-hmm. I think all shooters should have that now. That's this is 2021. We should just have this now. I think this is great that they're doing this. Do you, Joel, for you, like if you play, aside from when me and you play Gears together, like, or Mel, do you all care about crossplay with console people?
I guess it depends. Like right now, I've been noticing that I want more crossplay, not for the competitive nature, because I think all that should stay within its own ecosystem. Mm-hmm. But I think if you have friends, like I have Clay, and Clay doesn't play PC. He doesn't even have a substantial PC. I mean, it's not.
He has a work laptop.
He has a work laptop and like an iPad and worst choices for gaming. Anyway. It's not his choice. Whatever.
Hey, I'm on a Windows laptop right now. I will have you know.
But well, here's the
can't
thing,
even play Phasmophobia.
Yeah, that's pretty sad.
Yeah, well, if it was worth it, it would be on console. I'm just saying. I mean,
I'll put a pin on that one later.
If it was a real game, it would. It would.
Anyways, okay. So here's the gist. I think with like game releases like what was that latest one that came out that you're playing a lot of multiplayer with your buds and it had cross play for the initial release.
like Outriders.
Like for those kind of games it makes sense because you're doing a lot of PvE, you're going
that's all it is.
Doing
PvE,
a lot of progression. So cross progression is also a great thing because it's like now it doesn't matter what they have, you can just play and it'd be the exact same experience for both people, right? Mm-hmm. I don't need to instill my PC Master Raceness on Clay, and he doesn't have to tell me how underpowered his box is. Okay, so we could just play the same game. But for cross progression, I think that's. I mean, for Microsoft, it kind of makes sense because Xbox and PC are almost basically the same thing now. There's really no separation of it. But I do think for like tournament play and everything, crossplay should not be a thing. I just don't think that there's a good balance in there. Not saying that one is better than the other one, because I've seen some crazy controller players, but
they do exist.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, aim assist, sure, whatever you want to do. Fucking noobs. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, I want to play with more people, and I want that pool of people to be more than just PC players. I think it's a good thing. There is one other advantage, and I think I posted this on the Discord. That PC players are going to they are making it possible for PC players to play in 32:9 widescreen. And as you can see on the screen here, like this is your regular like 1080p 4K ratio right here. This is your 21:9 ratio here, and then this is the 32:9 ratio here. Which there was one gripe that I had about this. When they showed the HUD, the freaking like radar is way over here in the corner, and like your bullets and information, your gun information is all the way over here on the right.
So you're constantly like
so like how
that's too far distance.
Yeah, like if they customize the HUD where you could just bring it together but still have like the wide view, that'd be great. I've seen a couple of games that do that. But
or have one like kind of like a VR game where like your ammo or the assault rifle in Halo, like your ammo is on the gun,
right?
Like
But then also like
things
for
like
competitive play, like your grenades and everything like that is also not displayed on the gun itself. So it's just like let's just bring it into like a regular 16:9 ratio on the HUD, and then everything else just stays wide. But yeah, I think crossplay is a good idea for Microsoft, especially since they're trying to promote the fact that they're on everything now. I think the whole Discord thing that fell apart was kind of like a bad idea, only because I'm like, if they would implement the idea of just having voice chat across all consoles and all devices, that'd solve a big, huge problem that I'm even having on Warzone, which I can play with PS4 and Xbox gamers, but the connection is trash. Like, voice chat is just not where it needs to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is beautiful. Look at that HUD though. Look at all the way to the left and right.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
yeah. I don't want to ruin my neck trying to read how much health and ammo I have.
I'm just and although I'm not entirely excited for Halo Infinite. I'm very curious to see the next game preview they come out with, which might be, next month or something like that, when all the E3 and Summer Game Fest and all that stuff happens. I'm really interested to see what the game looks like now, because the last time they showed the game off, it looked like crap, right? So it's like
I think it's gonna look very close, but I also think that they're gonna put a lot more functionality into it.
Yeah,
like, if you remember Battlefield 3, how they try to do like all these upgrades in Battlefield 3 and 4 about like, they tried really hard to do tournament play. So they tried really hard to like add features and stuff like that would make it easier to hold a tournament.
Yeah.
I would think that that's what they're trying to do here, because there is a huge tournament following. It's just fell off a little bit just from the last releases.
And okay, so I know that there's competitive like esport. There's like Call of Duty, like CS:GO is still huge. Gears has its own esports thing, and like maybe I just don't pay attention enough. Halo has esports.
Yeah, they have. Well, it was a lot bigger back in like Halo 2, Halo 3 days. Halo 4, I don't remember.
Well, not like a Microsoft is holding a Halo tournament like a Madden League kind of thing, but I mean, I'm talking like, is there an actual esports system with teams and everything for Halo?
I think on
I don't think they do.
I think on a lot of the like multiplayer side, they had a lot of customization for you to be able to do on the back end, but there wasn't anything like every single individual had certain settings. I think if you were like spectator mode and you had the ability to view certain players, you can do it like that, because
so it had a tournament system, but nothing that we would call esports.
Nah, not really. Okay. I would think it'd be more like
back in 2018, it seems.
Okay.
Yeah. It seemed to be more tied with like Forge type controls and whatnot, so you can customize things, but it wasn't anything that it was like esport regulated kind of thing. But who knows, man? Like, maybe they'll make a strong comeback. I think they're just going to toss a lot of money into developing more features onto the game to be able to be played everywhere. But
Halo's fan base is colossal, right? Like, they have the fans. If they want to build this into an esport or something like that, they could, and it would probably make a fortune. They just have to do that, right? Like. Which they own Gears, and Gears actually has a successful esports following. So it's like, it's not as big as Counter-Strike or Call of Duty or anything like that, but it's like, it's still they do have a sizable following.
Right.
If they did that with Halo, it would be 10 times bigger.
But look at it this way, like, since Microsoft is trying to do a lot more things with crossplay and multi-platform and your cloud streaming stuff, that I wouldn't doubt that they're still trying to do something like that on every single thing that's going to be on their cloud platform. So I think Halo is going to have a lot of that technology built into it. And who knows, maybe instead of you actually watching a stream, you're just booting up the cloud instance and you're literally watching in game instead of some pre-rendered video that's coming out. You're just joining up as a spectator.
Yeah.
But who knows if that affects like ping for everybody else and lag and whatnot. But we'll see.
Yeah.
I think they're putting a lot of money, and because this is their biggest IP on that platform, they're gonna do a lot of development to complement their technology.
Right.
All right. So that's Halo for you. That's Halo news for this week.
If you look at this article, by the way, it's basically this is Microsoft and like their, hey, we love PC gaming. Let's talk about PC gaming.
Yeah.
Like that's what this entire article is, which leads into the next article because this was like another jump off point from this.
Yeah.
This one it's actually on LinkedIn, which Microsoft owns. This was a kind of like a posting from Sarah Bond, who, if you watch any Microsoft Xbox related stuff over the past few years, she's usually there. She's like one of the executives on the Xbox team. Microsoft is following suit. Huh?
Roblox is Microsoft?
No, they were using that as an example.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
Minecraft is Microsoft, obviously, but yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, this article was just it's a bunch of, we love PC games and we Xbox has a future with PC gaming and we want to make sure that Xbox is the platform and blah blah blah. But at the bottom of this, there's also a thing on here where Microsoft is following Epic Game Store's footsteps here. They are lowering the cut of money they take off of purchases. So one of the things that Epic has always said is that, like, with kind of like their fight with Apple or even with Steam, is that Steam takes 30% off of every purchase. Like Valve gets that as their like store fee, and then the developer, the publisher, whoever gets the rest.
Right.
Epic says that's way too much. Game publishers and developers need more than that, so they only take 12%. So this article is basically Microsoft saying, if you buy PC games from the Microsoft store, we now only take 12%. So they are matching Epic instead of everybody else. So that being said, I know that there are tons of video game storefronts for PC gamers out there. Does that, for you PC people out there, does anybody care? Or two, like, would this persuade you to buy anything from the Microsoft store itself? Or do you just go back to Steam because that's what everybody uses?
It's unfortunate for Microsoft. I like keeping my games in one place if I could, and that place is Steam, just because I've already built my library.
You've been using Steam for 20 years now.
Yeah.
Right.
And so like the only thing that would entice me to continue to buy things on Microsoft Store is if that integration to Steam was there, to whether or not Microsoft Store stays on, because believe it or not, sometimes things don't work out and then they delete stuff like stores and whatnot, and then you have to download your stuff later. But if they had that integration to where Steam acknowledges that you have a license for it and it now adds it to your library along with Microsoft Store, then I have no problem buying stuff off of them, knowing that they're going to give more to the developers than Steam. That's fine with me. Just have a connection to Steam somehow where you know what my actual library is. And even then, if I have a game that's Microsoft compatible on Steam and you notice that, then just bring it into my library over on Microsoft Store. We're good. Kind of like how Gears of War 4 is on Microsoft Store and the Xbox app. If it was on Steam, then I would be able to have that on every library no matter where I go. It's kind of like Good Old Games Galaxy.
Right. Yeah.
If it knows I have it, even if I have double copies of it, it's still going to make it available no matter where I go.
Yeah.
But.
So Zero has a point here. I would go with who gives me a discount. I look at it that way on a lot of things I buy. Like, I don't buy a lot of PC games anymore because I don't really play them. But like for me, I don't know. I guess I just don't have that hardcore loyalty to one specific platform, probably because I play multiple consoles with multiple storefronts. But it's like, if Epic or Good Old Games or whatever wants to sell me a copy of Cyberpunk for $30, let's say, and Steam still has it for $60, I'm probably going to go to Good Old Games and buy it from there. You know, like just because it's like, well, yeah, I mean, it's the same game. Like, I guess I just don't care that much about, you know, whatever. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the argument to that would be like, if I see the same game on like the Switch and the PS5, like at that moment, it's like I don't really care who I buy it from. It's whoever's cheaper, or I might lean towards the Switch so I can take the game with me. But that's about it.
Yeah, that's about it. I think discount definitely trumps organization, but it just depends on how much of a discount. You know what I mean? Like, sell it to me.
Cyberpunk was like, I think it was $20 the other day, like on PC.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, huh, still not worth it. Okay.
It's like, I'd buy it just to play it. But.
It's from what I hear, the last patch, like 1.12 or something like that, which came out last week, supposedly that fixed a lot of problems.
Yeah. I think a lot of things like even like the police AI is working now. I'm like, that's pretty sad that in a bustling city like that, the police be hard-tards about things. But all right.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on from Xbox and go to Respawn on Twitter. Today is officially Titanfall 2 weekend.
Today is Titanfall 2 weekend.
Start of Titanfall 2 weekend. Yes.
I don't know. Okay, so do you all play Apex at all?
I do.
You do. Okay,
No.
so you don't know, right?
No.
So okay, so last week I want to say, and I don't follow Apex because I don't play it, but I see the news articles, right? So a new legend was announced, Valkyrie, and Valkyrie is the daughter of one of the villains of Titanfall 2 named Viper. And so, which if you know anything about Apex or anything, it all takes place in the Titanfall universe. Like Respawn created that, right? You know, it's like same weapons, you know, it's like it's all that. So there's been a resurgence of activity on Titanfall 2 as of late because of all that, because people are like, oh, this is tied to Titanfall 2, let me go play that real quick. And so apparently that's like the numbers on Titanfall 2 have like skyrocketed in the past week just because of this Apex announcement, which is great. If you all have not played Titanfall 2 yet, do so. It is an amazing game. Like, it is a fantastic shooter. But because of all of this, there's been a lot of stuff on Twitter right now. Respawn's, Respawn's Twitter account, like all these fan like blogs account that are just like Apex Legends people. Yeah, Titanfall 2 is free on Steam this weekend. Free. It's a first-person shooter campaign with a huge multiplayer, thing that released in the past 10 years. You'll be done with the campaign in 6 hours. Just download it. Okay. It's 6 hours and it's worth every second. It is an awesome campaign. I fired it up this morning on my Xbox. If you are an Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscriber, then you get EA Play. It's part of EA Play. So if you have Game Pass Ultimate, you already have the game. But if you don't have Game Pass Ultimate, it's free on Steam. Just go to Steam, click the old install button, and play 6 hours of that campaign, and you're going to be like, that was one of the best shooters I've ever played.
The campaign was a little slow to start, but...
So there's a training mission, like the tutorial. Like, there's tutorial, because the game has a lot of, like, parkour in it, So it's like, it's like you got to learn how to run, slide, jump, wall run, vault over things, backflip with a twist, 360 no scope, all that stuff.
It's pretty crazy.
And then the first mission basically sets up the story. So that's where it's a little slow. But then it's like halfway through the first or the second level at that point, because the first one's training, it takes off. Right. And it is awesome after that. Like, the game is so good. Like, I would recommend it to anybody. The first one, if you all played the first one, it was just multiplayer only. It was a fun game, but there was no story, there was no anything. You didn't really know what you were doing. It was just like, oh, mechs, guns, go kill things. This one came out, 6 hour campaign, you can beat it today, easy. Yeah. Worth every second. So fun.
All righty. Well,
everybody play it.
Do it now.
Good. Start downloading. Right.
All right. Well, I'm going to start downloading it right now. So
you should.
Yeah.
And then preload Resident Evil Village and Castle and play those.
Yeah.
Which are available for a week. So play Titanfall first, because that's only this weekend is free.
Yeah.
But I think you're on Game Pass, Joe. So just
I have it anyway. So it's
I was like, it's there.
The only thing that sucks is that I wish Titanfall 1 still had multiplayer people on there so we can actually play.
So are those servers or
their servers are up, but there's not enough players to fill a lobby.
Okay, that's because then 2 came out and it just nobody cared anymore, right? Like Titanfall 1 had a pretty decent multiplayer following when it came out because it was a really fun game, but 2 just buried it because 2 was just better in every way.
Yeah. It was still fun. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I would, dude. I'm telling everybody, download Titanfall 2. It's awesome. You are not going to regret it. The game is super good.
Yeah. Alrighty, so that's the game news for this week. It's been fun.
That's it.
We didn't have a lot.
Is it? Wait.
Was it?
There's one last one.
Did you just add one again?
No, I did not.
No, that was in there the whole time, bruh.
No way.
I mean, is there a timestamp on when I added that? Because it was yesterday.
Final Fantasy First Soldier has a Discord now. Really? Really?
I was gonna. If you remember when we were when we first announced this game, and it was like, "Are you ready for more Final Fantasy VII?" And you're like, "Yeah," and it was like, "Cause I got a game for you, son." It is like, boom, mobile phone battle royale, pew 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 pew, and it was like, no. Okay. If you want to know more about the biggest game of 2021, Final Fantasy VII: The First Soldier. Cell phone battle royale.
Hey Clay,
they have a Discord, and you can.
April
jump on
1st was last month.
Please, this is not newsworthy.
Look. This was a really bad week for game news, Joe. I had to throw some padding in there.
Yeah.
You know.
Fine.
And maybe throw some jabs at Final Fantasy VII: The First Soldier, which battle royale on a cell phone.
Yeah.
But
hey, you know what?
The amount of cares I have.
I totally feel for them because, if you want to tell us how excited you are about that, we also have a Discord. Come check out.
Oh, hey. What?
Yeah, we have a Discord. No, just nerdjunkies.com/social. But yeah.
We have a Facebook also.
Yes, you've known that. Shut up.
We have an Instagram.
We sure do.
Do we do anything on that?
I mean, I do. You don't. You're just here for pretty face.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay.
You stay classy, San Diego. All right.
All right, let's get out of here. It's been fun, guys. Gonna post this up.
Are you going to be playing, or either of you going to be streaming Resident Evil tonight?
Yes.
Well, if Mel's doing it, then I won't.
Okay.
Because I'm not.
You should do that. And then stream Titanfall 2.
If anything, I'm going to download Titanfall 2. And then also, I'm going to play the Resident Evil demo, but just to see the differences in graphics.
Yeah.
That's about it. So I'll probably play it after Mel, or I don't know if I'll stream it. I'll just probably record it just so that way I have that high quality cut. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I know there's some ray tracing capabilities on it, so I'm kind of looking forward to see what that looks like.
There is even on the PS5 version. So the PS5 and the Series X, they have a ray tracing option, but it lowers your frames. So I turned it off when I played it because it takes it from 60 to 45. So I was like, no, that's not worth it.
All right.
I don't need ray tracing on Lady D,
I mean, I do. But
I mean, yeah. For you, go nuts, man.
Yeah.
Go ham.
I will.
Good.
I'll have a good time.
I want you to.
You're so nice.
I hope you enjoy life.
Damn it. It's the nicest thing everyone's ever said to me. All right, let's get out of here, everyone. Thanks for joining us this week. I'll post this up, and then we'll see you next week, same time.
Oh yeah.
We don't have any vacations or anything coming up, do we? No.
I don't.
Mel, you're gonna be all right.
I should be okay.
I mean, just put in your vacation time now, so that way we can approve.
Yeah.
It, you know.
Yeah. It has to be approved by management ahead of time. At least 2 weeks in advance.
At least 2 weeks.
If you can.
Yep.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
No, I'm just gonna leave tomorrow. Goodbye.
But you're gonna be back by Saturday, right?
I don't know. I think I'll take another week.
I mean, because you know you do have like 1 point left on your HR.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty soon we're gonna have to, you know, like do like a written warning.
What the fuck is our HR?
Joel's wife?
Yeah. My wife handles HR, and
she just walks in the room like, you're fired or something.
You know we're gonna have to write it next time, right? This is technically your verbal.
Yeah, this is it. This is your first verbal warning.
Right in front of the stream.
Yeah.
Yep.
What up, Joe Dubs? We're actually heading out of here, but we're gonna play some Titanfall 2 on what? What are you gonna play, Clay? On PS5?
Titanfall 2?
Oh, on Xbox, right?
On the Xbox, yeah. Yeah. I'll be playing that a little later. If you want, I can stream some of it. It's really not that long of a game.
Yeah.
I just have to see what I got going on tonight. But yeah.
Cool beans. All right, and then Mel's gonna be streaming the demo later on tonight on the PC.
Yep.
Hopefully our power supply can handle it, and we'll go.
There. It should. It should.
Yeah.
It's a brand new power supply.
Yeah.
If it explodes, I'll let you know.
And then I'm gonna do the PC settings for ray tracing and all the other like high quality scenes, so that way we can see the difference between console and PC, and we'll go from there.
Groovy.
And then some Warzone, because we Warzone all the time.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. All right, let's get out of here. See you later, everyone.
All right. Bye, everyone.
See ya.
Bye.
Are we off yet? Are we off? Oh, wait, I'm at the controls.
I was like, aren't you the one controlling the streaming?
You're
shut up now. Fuck me. All right, let's get out of here.